the promise of the return of the fighters fulfilled. This fight began when two brothers was fighting against each others over a parcel of land that was willed to them by their deceased father. They employed Henderson Ave Hill fighters to help settle their bad minds and covetousness over the land. They could not come to any agreement. That is when the wizard from the hill convert the land to a riverbed or pond. To avoid other family members to get caught up in the fight and get swept away in the riverbed as these two brothers, Alfred and Paul. Nevertheless, it was learned that this fight is not over. Several months later, in the lush hills of St. Thomas, Jamaica, the same river that runs through the land, there was calm for several months, but with a history of turbulence. And right there, in the heart of everything, Henderson Ave Hill is placed in the center. In the heart of St. Thomas, Jamaica, a legendary battle continues to shape the destiny of the land. Once, a fertile parcel of earth, rich with promise, was transformed into a riverbed by the powerful wizard from Kingston. The wizard fighters was from Henderson Ave Hill. The people know them by their titles: the fireman, Bobby the Six Killer, Fordy the Sword Fighter, Carmen the Queen, Auntie the Boss, and Bigger, Jah Rastafari, Ike's the Lion. Together, these clever warriors of Henderson Ave Hill bear a great responsibility to keep the river running, alive and strong, spreading its life-giving waters across the land. But standing in their way are foreign forces with a different vision. The ninjas from Japan, warriors from Africa, they came from distant lands, each with their own strength and magic. Their mission: to stop the river, to force the waters to recede, and for the land to return to its former state. For them, victory meant stopping the river's flow, turning its life back into land. But the Henderson Ave Hill fighters knew their duty was greater. The river is their legacy. It must run and spread, for it is the source of life and strength in this land. The battle was fierce. For a moment, it seemed the foreign fighters would succeed, forcing the river back, claiming the land as their own. But the fighters of Henderson Ave Hill called upon powers greater than themselves. The thunders rolled, the lightning split the sky, and the land shook beneath their feet. Even when it seemed like the forces of the world had turned against them, Henderson Ave Hill stood firm. Firemen, you who control the flames, the heat of your passion burning bright in the darkest of times, your strength lit the path when all seemed lost. Bobby, the Six Killer, your fierce determination and relentless spirit struck down all who stood in your way, never allowing doubt to creep into your heart. Bigger, Jah Rastafari, Ike's the Lion, your roar echoed across the valley, reminding the world that no force can stand before the righteous. The lion, ever proud, ever vigilant, guarding the river's flow with unwavering power. Fordy, the sword fighter, with blade in hand, you slice through the chaos, bringing precision and order to a world consumed by madness. Carmen, the queen, your grace and wisdom held the hill together, even in the storm's fury. The queen, unshaken, undefeated. Auntie, the boss, your presence commanded respect, and your leadership kept the warriors focused and unbroken. You are the pillar upon which Henderson Ave Hill stands. Though the river has been pushed back, the signs remain. The battle is not over. The foreign fighters continue their attempts to reclaim the land, but Henderson Ave Hill knows its purpose. It is not merely to defend, but to ensure the river runs free, spreading its waters far and wide. 5 fronts remain, and the world watches as the wizards of Henderson Ave Hill prepare for what comes next. The foreign forces may try to stop the river to reshape the land in their image, but Henderson Ave Hill's fighters are the guardians of life itself, and they will not let the river die. The fight may never be over, but Henderson Ave Hill stands strong. The river will continue to run, for it is the essence of this land, its people, and its legacy. You fought with thunder in your hearts and lightning in your souls, and even though the fight is not fully over, the victory is clear. The land knows its protectors, the people know their champions: Fireman, Bobby, Ja Rasta for I, 40, Carmen, Auntie. You are the strength of this land. You are the defenders of Henderson Ave Hill, and you will not fall. The fight may never be over, but you will always win.